Okay, sorry. I really wanted to make the second part of the Issa Rae video though because I think you guys should read the articles. I think the first article I read was in the Porter magazine cover that she did, where she basically talks about how Black stories aren't being centered. Um, and I gotta say something that I think might be, it might not land with some of you guys, but with others it will land. If you have a YouTube channel right now and you've grown your YouTube channel up from nothing, right? Like somehow you've gotten people to subscribe, you built that. You did that. That was you. Maybe you got help, maybe you sent people from TikTok, whatever it is, however you did it, you did it. And congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. You did that. But like everything else, there's always like a backstory. Like one thing I actually learned about recently was like Olivia Rodrigo's backstory. I don't know why it came up in the algorithm, but there's this channel that has like all of these performances that Olivia Rodrigo did before. It was either before the Disney Channel or it was like before she was like famous. And this bitch was she was putting in work. She was really talented. So it's like clearly she was gonna go somewhere. And I think that some people in the black community seem to believe that, or I think it's in American society in general, but they're almost like degrading black talent in this way where it's like, yeah, but she's black, so she won't materialize into anything. And then you kind of sit there and you're like, well, that doesn't make sense because like everybody has to materialize into something. And it's like there's this rationale at like, no, not if you're black though. It's like, well, that's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. So in Issa Rae's case, she has literally built from the ground up. But unfortunately there's a ceiling because like she's told the whole point in like being a director, being a writer is like telling stories that would resonate with other people in society. Issa Rae has skipped a whole bunch of steps in terms of like sharing with mainstream society her real story. Those of us who are Issa Rae stands, we know her story because we've like been here, we've looked it up, and all of those things. So we know her story, but not everybody knows. Most people, like white America, who doesn't go to Stanford, who doesn't live in California, they don't have any people in the Ivy League, okay? They can barely understand. They didn't even watch Insecure. Not like HBO is a premium subscription package service. Middle class and lower middle class Americans do not have access to HBO. They have access to prime time television. Like they are still watching American Idol legitimately. The Voice, okay? Like those are shows that are like hitting the TV screens of most Americans. Now, black Americans, a lot of them don't realize how privileged we are. We all have like Hulu, Netflix, HBO, YouTube, this, that, all the streaming services because you're sharing passwords, whatever you're doing. You got all the content. Content consumers, okay? And now, on the other hand, on YouTube, we have like some black women who are coming out for the first time ever and making stories that are very specific to our own experiences. Nobody has seen this before, ever. And not just in American society, in any part of society, in the world. There's a fuck ton of black women on planet Earth. We haven't seen stories like, even when black women are sitting here talking about the nuance and the shit that's going on with them at work. People haven't even heard that story. We don't even have no show right now that's like the black version of Friends. Maybe Harlem. Is it that? Harlem? Do you know any black women who are living in Harlem? I don't. I think the girl from YouTube, the and Kiana, I think they're all living in Brooklyn. So they're not even living in Manhattan. Maybe Kelly Stamps is living in Manhattan. I don't think she's in New York. I think she's in Texas. I really don't know. I couldn't be sure of like the specifics of it all, right? But yeah. Yeah. I wonder. I have questions. Well, no, I don't actually have questions. I guess it's more like, how is this surprising? And have you guys read Issa Rae's Porter interview? I'll put it in the description box. You should read it if you haven't read it. Maybe actually I should do a read along because I forget that some of you guys like are in other countries, so you don't even have access to the same URLs that we have. Hold on.